Yo, guys, what's go? I just had a dirty voice crack. Hi. Yo, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Untitled Podcast featuring a very special guest of mine, Ria. Today, Ria is to talk about her small business and everything that goes on behind the scenes. And yeah, that was a sick intro. I will take that. My heart is like jumping. It's jumping because I haven't done this in ages.
Yeah, it's good. Like the
Need
energy.
it. Huh?
I said like the energy.
It is. It's good. It's good. Man, I don't know. My heart's jumping. I don't know. But yeah, it's
Same.
cool.
Don't know. I feel like I'm at an interview right now.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how I feel as well. But anyway, so obviously we're in lockdown right now. So I prepared a little surprise segment for our podcast. I thought it had a little bit of spice to that.
Yeah.
Never, again, never doing that again. But yeah, so I prepared 5 would you rather questions for you. None of them are tapped, like I've already said to you, and none of them are dirty or anything like
Yeah.
that. Preserving our reputation, as you will. So basically, as it goes, I'm going to ask you 5, and I want you 5 would you rather questions, and I want you to explain your answers as to why you gave those answers. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, cool. So we'll start off very, very easy. So my first question to you is: would you rather have the ability to read other people's minds or talk to other animals?
And you know, I actually saw something similar to this yesterday.
Yeah?
I know what post you're talking about.
No, you
And
don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
I was talking to this with Ty. I was saying that I'd rather speak to animals. Well, not speak to animals, but understand animals.
Okay, but why?
Because it's just interesting to understand what goes through their heads.
This is
Because
very true.
I guess with humans, you sort of know already. Not everything that goes on, but I think it'd just be more interesting.
You're allowed to ask me the same questions as well.
Yeah,
Like,
so what would you say?
um, you know what? Like you already said, we can understand humans already, and plus, I don't really care about people as much. Like we live in such a corrupt society, blah 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 blah. Um, so I'd rather say talk to animals, just because I feel like it'd be really cool to understand what they're saying. Um, and I've always wanted to be an eagle and just communicate with eagles. That's just something that's been at the back of my head for ages.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I feel like animals are way more interesting than humans. And I don't know if you agree with that, but yeah. So I'll
Yeah,
move
I
on.
definitely agree.
That's fair. I'll move on to the second question. This one's a little bit easier.
Okay.
Actually, no, sorry, a little bit harder, not a little bit easier. It's would you rather go back 1,000 years in time and become a king or a queen in your case, or continue with life as it is today?
I just continue with life it is today
Why?
because I guess it kind of goes back to philosophy, I guess. But if I went back 1,000 years, become
Mm-hmm.
a queen, I wouldn't be the same person I am today. And I'd
Ooh,
rather just keep on being myself. And I don't really believe that being the queen would really be something I'd like to do. Comes with lots of responsibility, especially 1,000 years ago. It's pretty much just a war, I
so
think.
does that mean you don't appreciate the responsibilities or having certain responsibilities, or you just wouldn't want that sort of
I
power?
just wouldn't want that role.
That's fair enough, man. That's fair. I think in terms of me, it would definitely be interesting to go back 1,000 years in time and see what sort of society you would be a king of or a queen of. Um, but I would say I would continue with life as it is today, simply because of the fact that I'm very, very satisfied with my life as it is. So I don't need to go back in time and do all these shenanigans and go to war with people. There's no point. But yeah, I'll move on to the third one. So the third one is slightly harder, slightly, ever so
Okay,
slightly.
yeah.
Would you rather live in a world where everyone is mean to you or everyone in the world ignores you? I don't actually know. I say that's harder. I don't think that's harder. I think that's a lot easier.
I think that is harder. I guess I'd rather. That's actually really difficult because
You
I would
think?
say mean to you because you know they're being mean to you on purpose, but then that also could just affect you if you're not careful. But then ignoring. I'd probably rather people be mean to me because I'd rather not be ignored.
Yeah, but surely people ignore you right now, no? As in, like, people that obviously aren't close to you ignore you right now. So,
Yeah.
there. Where am I going with this? Sorry.
But then
Would you
everyone would ignore you, right?
exactly?
So you
But
can't speak to anyone, but at least you get to speak to people, but you know they're being mean to you. I don't know. That's just,
But why would you want people to be mean to you, though? That's the thing.
I wouldn't, but I'd rather speak to people than be. I don't know. It's difficult. It's really difficult.
It's what was cool. Don't worry about it. I would say I would rather live in a world where everyone ignores me. Not to say that I can't handle people being mean to me. It's just that if I'm in a world where everyone is ignoring me, I wouldn't have to sort of live through all these things whereby people would be saying all these horrible things to me, and it just seems like a more comfortable life to live. Um, but that being said, pretty much everyone ignores me anyway. So moving
Yeah.
straight on to the next question. Which one is I can't even. I've been going backwards with these questions. I don't even know why. I started at five, then I went from four, then three, instead of one,
Oh,
two, three, four,
okay.
five. It's cool. So would you rather have your entire lifetime of experiences converted into a movie that you can watch whenever you want to remember them, I should say, or would
Yeah.
you rather have your life be turned into a book so that anyone can read and interpret it?
I guess I'd rather have it as a movie that only I could watch
Why is that?
because I'd rather just keep. And I'm quite a private person, so I guess I'd rather just keep it to myself.
That's fair.
And I guess this is some things, especially when I was younger, that I just find really cringy about myself, and I wouldn't want anyone else to read that because I just have to keep on reliving it.
I'm just thinking about what you told me before, like stuff about the vamps and stuff like that. Yeah, no, that's fair.
No.
I won't expose you anymore. I won't expose you anymore. But yeah, um, I would say, you know what? I'd agree with you on that. For the same reasons. I wouldn't say. Would I say I'm a private person? I would say I'm a private person, but I'd say I'm more towards the ambiverted side. If you understand what that means, I think you
Oh,
do.
no, no.
It's like the mix of being introverted and extroverted, kind of.
Yeah,
You're like slap bang in the middle. So you're only reserved towards the people that you care about or the people that are relevant to you, rather than coming out and speaking to everyone. But yeah, nah,
yeah,
I wouldn't, and I wouldn't really want anyone reading about my life anyway, like my life anyway, because it just doesn't seem like something that would be interesting to them, unless I was like someone that was super famous. But those aren't my intentions and goals anyway.
yeah.
We'll move on to the last question. This is good. It's
Okay.
taken up 7 minutes of recording. That's sick. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Um, would you rather have people admire you for your good deeds or respect you for your power?
Um, or admire me for my good deeds.
Okay, go on. Explain why. Explain your reasoning why. I want to know.
It's just more of an instinct. I can't really explain it, but I think that's just the person I am. I think I can't even explain it to be honest. Kind of struggle.
So you wouldn't. So you'd rather be someone. Okay, no, that's fair enough. Like it's like you did say that you were a very reserved person, and having power is unnecessary to you because you don't really care about it. It's like when I asked you the question about going
Yeah.
back 1,000 years in time about being a ruler, you won't really care about power, which is good. But would you say that people admiring you for your good deeds brings you success?
Um. Right.
I've kind of just put you on the spot there. I'm really
You
sorry,
did.
bro. It's
They
cool.
say
It's
that
cool.
again.
Would you say that people having admiring you for your good deeds makes you a successful person?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that because I guess I measure success on more of me achieving certain goals. So I'd probably say no.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Right. Well, oh no, I didn't answer that question, did I?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's a very difficult question. I'd say I'd rather have people admire me for my good deeds rather than power because power is something that's irrelevant to me. I don't care about it. Um, Someone that does good deeds needs to be pointed out more, if that makes sense. So I'd rather have people show admiration for my good deeds because not necessarily because it shows a reflection of my character, but because of the fact that people just don't admire the good things in life, and that's just my opinion anyway. But speaking on a note of success, you
Yeah.
have your small business.
Yeah.
We're away from the would you rather section now. We're on the main topic of the podcast.
Just transition into it. Yeah.
Transition into it. So
Yeah.
I have. So do you want to tell the people what it is that you do, or do you want to tell the listeners that what it is that you do?
Yeah.
Or
So I run a small business called ClayByRi, And what I sell is handmade earrings, which are made out of polymer clay. And I do it all from scratch. So I buy the clay. You can get it coloured or get it to, what am I saying? You buy in different colours. You can mix it to make whatever colour you want, whatever patterns you want, and then products and earring. I sell them on Instagram and Depop currently.
Hmm. That's good. That's good. I'll leave links down below to Ria shops on Instagram and Depop. Check out her earrings; are really good. But yeah, what was it that actually motivated you to start out your business in the first place? So obviously, giving it some backstory, you started this during a lockdown, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
So you started during the lockdown, and then you were just fiddling about with clay, and you were like, okay, cool, I'm gonna make some earrings. Like, what initiated the thought process to be like, okay, cool, I want to sell these?
Okay, so I started a business July 2020, but actually it was 2019 where I thought I want to start a side hustle because one of my friends, she started doing lashes, and you're like saying it's quite good to have a side hustle, because you can go to uni and still make money on the side. And I also watch Patricia Bright, who's a YouTuber, and she has this side YouTube about finance and just money. What's the word? I can't think of the word.
All right, don't worry. The power of editing fixes everything.
Transparency, that's it. Money transparency.
Mm-hmm.
And she was saying it's quite good to have like a side hustle, have multiple streams of income, not because you want to have lots of money, but I guess more to have financial independence. And also, you can't, from the pandemic, you also kind of know now that you can't just rely on one stream of income because you
Very
never
true.
know what's going to hit you. So I had the idea to start a side hustle. I think it was my 2020 resolution. I think the only one I actually achieved. But
Manifested into reality.
yeah, I didn't actually know what I wanted to do. At first, I thought I could do hair because I braid my brother's hair since I was like 15. But I
Mm.
don't think I'm more at a professional level where I'd actually feel comfortable doing it and selling it to have people.
No, that's
So
fair.
I kind of just left it for a bit. And then just one day, I was just on a YouTube video and there was an ad for Skillshare. Two
Mm.
months free trial, and I thought, well, this was May 2020, so I was just finishing my exams. I just
Mm.
had some more essays to write. I thought, well, I'll just get it because it could help me get skills for a graduate role. And
Yeah.
then I actually didn't have anything relevant. But then I went on the hobby side, and that's where I found Pond McClay. And as soon as I started watching it, I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to make a business out of this, like, straight away.
Was it like
So,
an intuitive feeling in the first place? So you kind of just saw it and you instantly thought that this is something that I would love doing.
yeah, literally. Just as soon as I watched it, I was like, I'm good. This is what I'm going to do.
All right. So how did you identify in the first place that it was like a very niche thing on the market, especially with like loads of social media platforms as well? So for those of you that don't know, I've Ria obviously advertises her earrings on TikTok and Instagram. She sells on Depop and she also takes orders on Instagram. Am I right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Um, so you branched out into quite a few social media platforms. Then I've forgotten the whole tautology or premise of my question. Yeah, so like, shit, I've just lost my
Niche.
train of thought. Yeah, so yeah, it's a very, very niche thing on the market. So how did you identify that in the first place? Did you do some market research or were you just sitting at your computer and just looking at if people sold these products on Instagram or things like that?
Well, when I watched the video, I was like, I've never seen this before. That's literally it.
Okay.
Because I do quite like earrings. That's one of the reasons why I was like, this one I'm going to do. Because it's not something I'm just going to do to make money. It's something I enjoy as well. And I'm quite a big fan of earrings. I've got those ear piercings. So
Hmm.
from someone who buys earrings, I've never seen this thing before. So I think
Yeah,
that's identified as a niche. I wasn't good at marketing at the start, so I don't really do that much market research
okay.
on it. Only messages a few friends saying, if I sold this, would you buy it? How much? That's like the smallest bit.
That's fair. I mean, it's still a source of market research though, so you're still kind of doing your thing. And you know what? You can only admire and respect that simply because of the fact that you've gone out of your way to sort of have an avenue of revenue or an avenue of success for it.
Yeah.
And you have a few future plans and goals. You know, you said to me that you wanted to reach like 100 sales on Depop, right?
Yeah, I'm at 76 right now, and I'm hoping to get 100 soon just because it'll be a nice achievement
That's good. How many
to
sales
see
have
the
you
three
got on?
digits on Depop.
How many sales have you got on Instagram right now?
I
How many?
actually don't know.
I thought you kept count. No.
I do, but I don't remember it. I could
Okay,
check
that's
it right
fair.
now if.
I mean, it's up to you.
We can just talk and I can find it.
Yeah, no, that
I don't know.
that's cool. That's cool. Nah, to be fair, you've done really well in terms of Depop sales. Like I've been watching a few of your TikToks. I've been following them. You know, you've got how many followers have you got on Depop now? Like 3,000 or 4,000 or something like that.
2000, but I wouldn't really measure Depop followers as something
Why?
because Depop doesn't really work that way.
Okay.
I
So
don't think people really look at their feeds. It's more people search things that they want and then they buy it.
have you got five? Haven't you got a 5-star review on Depop then? No.
Yeah, just 5 star, which I'm quite happy about.
Wow.
And that's another thing. That's what kind of
Yeah.
motivates me to keep on doing things because I've never, well, hopefully no one's not liked and just hasn't told me.
Mhm.
I haven't got a bad review at all, so it's quite nice to hear that. Nice to hear that people like my earrings.
That's a little shameless plug. They haven't got a bad review at all, which is good. Which is good. It
But
shows you've been.
there's always could be
You're
that
taking
one
the-
person. I mean, not everyone's gonna like what you do, right?
No, I 100% understand what you're saying. But not everybody's going to be a fan of what you do. People are going to, excuse my language, but shit on your dreams here and there. And shit on what you want to do. But I shouldn't be swearing on this, so I need to note down the time frame in which I swear and blur it out. So like 16 minutes. But yeah, now people are just necessarily going to defecate all of your dreams and your passions, your hobbies. They're going to say you're not good enough for these sort of things. But in 100%, you are entitled to whatever you want to do. Your camera is frozen, by the way.
Yeah, I just realised. Let me just
Yeah,
sort
sure.
that out. Yeah, so I just found it 66 sales on Instagram, which is quite
Not
good.
bad. That's quite good. So you've had like 135 sales in total then? No,
Yeah,
mine.
I haven't updated. I've had a few sales the other day, but around that.
You had 76 on Depop and you had 66 on Instagram, did you say? My listening is terrible.
Yeah, that's correct. I think it's three more now. Yeah. So
Okay, yeah, my maths was completely off as well. I know, like people, Amar especially, the one who edits this podcast, is gonna make memes out of that flipping maths mistake, but it's all good. Um, minor. But yeah, so how have you been? So obviously, like the pandemic has hit, and well, I say the pandemic has hit. We're currently in the second wave of this second
the
wave or
third
third wave.
lockdown.
So we're in the third lockdown at this current time we're recording right now. Obviously, it's taken a lot of toll on people's mental health and everything like that. So how have you stayed motivated making your earrings during the pandemic?
Well, during July to August, I
Mm,
wasn't employed, so that's literally just one of the things I was doing because it also is a hobby of mine as well.
yeah.
So I think just having something to do made me motivated to do it. Then, all late August to mid October, I had a job, so I didn't really do that much. And
Mm.
then, yeah, just having nothing else to really do, just trying to do it to keep myself busy as well, and something I enjoy, which is good as well.
It's
So
good, especially when you're pursuing your passions and pursuing your hobbies as well, and you're actually making, sorry, my voice, a stream of revenue from it too, which is actually quite
yeah.
cool. Um, so you would say that you stayed motivated during the whole pandemic simply because of the fact that you had time to do so, right? Is that what you're implementing? Sort of.
Um, yes and no. I guess just something that I'm interested in doing as well, something I
Okay.
enjoy.
You
And
know,
also,
wait, there's a bird just actually pecking on the roof that's pissing me off. Sorry, sorry. Carry on.
yeah. Yeah, it's just something I enjoy doing, and just without it, I think I kind of worded it wrong. I think without it, then I'll be bored because there's nothing else that I think I'd be doing.
No, that's fair enough. You know what? You've done what most people haven't been able to do during the pandemic, which is obviously start up a side hustle, make some money out of it. I don't actually know. Well, you sell your earrings at like £5 a pair, don't you? Or like around that
That's the
price.
average, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the average price. So you know what? You're making a little decent stream of income there. So it's good. You pursued a hobby that interests you and excites you, which is amazing. And like I said, most people can only have the utmost respect for that. People that don't, they can just literally just go suck a toe. Again, something I'll take out.
Yeah.
1946. But yeah, nah. Um, it's cool. So has the pandemic actually affected any of your future plans whatsoever? And if so, what?
Uh, just in general, all for my business.
Both.
I think in terms of the pandemic effect to my business, I feel like,
Mainly your business. Try and keep it business sided rather than your personal life.
yeah, I'll talk about my business and yeah. In terms of my
Yeah.
business, I feel like it can affect sales because people are less likely to want to spend money at the moment, which I totally understand. And I
Hmm.
wouldn't like beg someone to buy my earrings if they've got money situation. I would never be that kind of person.
That's true.
Um, but I feel like now is a better time more than ever to start thinking for this because everyone's on their phone, so everyone can find you at the moment. Like it's a great
Yeah.
opportunity. So I guess it's a double-edged sword.
Oh, that's actually quite good. That's actually mad. I didn't actually think of it like that. Sorry. Carry on. Is that?
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's kind of the same reason as to why I started the podcast as well. So obviously, I came out with 2 episodes in June. Or was it? Yeah, June and July, and I did a COVID-19 in football and whether social media was toxic. Both of them, they didn't really have the same sort of. They didn't really have the same sort of theme or direction with where I wanted to go in terms of the podcast. Uh, so I didn't bun them off. I didn't like completely like just get rid of them. I kept one of them on there, but I think I took down the second one because there was no, like I said, there was no clear sense of direction with where I wanted to go.
Yeah,
I took some time out, took some months out, and because of the lockdown, I've taken advantage of the situation and sort of tried to motivate people with the podcast and get people on here that talk about their passions, their ambitions, and their hobbies and what they want to pursue in life. And I'm just hoping to motivate
yeah,
people. So you know what, we're both following our passions, kind of sort of thing. So
yeah,
it's good.
definitely. I kind of just want to say as well, yeah, if anyone's just thinking of starting a business, just go for it. Like, don't even second guess yourself because I definitely went through the process as well. Like, I mentioned that I thought about the idea in May. I didn't even start till July just because there was a few things already planned up, but also it was just me that starting point. Like, just thinking this is how much money I'm gonna have to spend to do it because people don't also think about the starting cost, but just think right now you don't have, well, people our age, we don't really have that much responsibility in terms of money. It's more just buying whatever you want right now. We don't have bills to pay, so
Exactly.
just jump the gun, just do it. That's what I'd say as well.
You know what? That's actually very, very true. One of the main things that I would say that you've done is moving beyond your comfort zone and stepping outside of it in a sense, and that's the only way that you're going to facilitate your own growth and learn.
Yeah, definitely.
It's obviously it's a massive, massive big risk starting an own like a small business because you're. I feel like you're. Am I correct in saying that you're always going to be entitled to a loss at first, like a profit slash loss sort of thing? So you're
Yeah,
always going to lose money at the start, but eventually, as you gain traction, and if you put in the consistency and the hard work, like I discussed in my podcast last time with Rehan, if you put in the consistency and hard work into your small business, you will be successful. The right advertising, the right mindset as well is also very, very important.
yeah, definitely.
My headphone wires are moving mad, but yeah,
Yeah,
the mindset is very, very important.
yeah, definitely.
So it's a good thing that you're doing.
Yeah, I was gonna add something. Yeah, people don't really think about the starting cost as well. And actually, I won't say how long, but it did take me a very long time because I was again managing my finances until I actually went to the plus side. And that is
Hmm.
one thing that's going to happen. It's going to take a while. That depends on how quickly you become successful. But it will
Hmm.
take a while before you get to the plus. And I think it is definitely really rewarding once you get there. But just keep that in mind as well. Like you're not going to start making profit immediately.
Exactly. That is very, very true. All good things take time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Not all big businesses and started off with rapid exponential growth straight away either. It all takes time. And like I've already reiterated, it's all this consistency and persistence. It's just all about hard work. But that
Yeah.
being said, in terms of hard work, have you got any future plans and goals of the business besides the fact that you're obviously hoping to hit 100 sales on Depop and you want 1,000 followers on TikTok as well, right? So have you got
Yeah.
any other goals apart from that? Because those goals are very, very social media orientated. Nah, the sales one isn't actually. My bad. The TikTok one is, but the sales one isn't. Have you got any other ones?
Yeah. I think one of my goals is to be at a point where I can get customers coming to me like maybe on a daily, weekly basis. So I'm not
Right.
really marketing as much as well. And then hopefully I can start my own website because I feel like a website is a lot better to have.
I was gonna say that to you. I was like, you're not gonna be starting out like some sort of website soon on like Shopify or. Are you
Yeah,
gonna have your own sort of .co.uk sort of thing?
yeah, definitely. I want to have my own website, but the only thing that's stopping me right now is that you'd have to register your business, and so you have to start paying for tax. I want to ensure that, as I said before, like I get a nice stream of customers coming in
Mm-hmm.
because um, the government allows you to have over
Camera's frozen again.
1,000. Oh, I'm frozen again. Hold
Yeah.
on. Yeah, so the government say that once you make £1,000, you have to register your business
Mm-hmm.
legally, so you
Yeah.
start paying tax. I'm not at that point yet, but as soon as I hit that, obviously legally I have to do it. But yeah, that'll
Yeah.
be a good point to. Oh, what's happening? I've lost my train of thought now, trying to put my thing on.
So the government has to pay £1,000. Well, so you have to pay once you make £1,000, you have to start paying tax on your business. And then you were going to register your business online as a website, and
Yeah,
then yeah, and then you were
and
saying were you saying it was basically a kind of like a hindrance sort of thing?
right now I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't register my business because I don't feel like my stream of customers is at a point yet.
Okay.
Just because even though if you pay tax, you're losing money as well.
True. Do you have any consistent customers, like customers that keep on coming back to you? Because obviously, I know you sell to a lot of your uni friends or the friends that you made at uni. You sell to a couple of people that like are friends from school as well. Um, so do you have any like you mentioned today that you had a customer come from TikTok as well, no? Like
Yeah.
before we started recording, yeah. So like, where do you mostly get your customers from? And also, do you plan on? I think we've kind of already like touched upon this point, but do you plan on expanding into any more sort of social media platforms, like because you can also sell things on Facebook. You can sort of advertise your things on YouTube as well, I guess. So at the moment, I've seen that you're on TikTok, Instagram, Depop. Do you sell stuff on Shopify as well? Am I wrong in
No,
saying
I
that?
don't.
Okay, yeah. So I am wrong in saying that. So TikTok, Instagram, and Depop. So basically, the main premise of my question is: do you plan on expanding your market a little bit
Yeah,
apart from
so I am going
TikTok?
to set up my Facebook page at some point. I have it, it exists, but I
Mm,
just haven't set up yet just because I'm not really a Facebook person, but I know that it's a good platform to have it on as well.
mhm,
I did try and sell stuff on Etsy, but I just feel like I'd rather just stick to one platform, main
mhm.
platform to sell. So I'm sticking to Depop just because that's just where I feel more comfortable, to be honest. And I know how Depop works a lot more, so I'd rather just keep one thing and just kind of master it.
Uh,
What else could I use? I think that's the only real social medias I think about.
what
I think
my
those are the main ones. Yeah.
Sorry, nobody uses MySpace anymore, do they? I completely forgot about that.
I don't even know MySpace still exists.
I'm pretty sure it does. Like genuinely, like there are a lot of social media sites out there that still exist that people use. Like I found out yesterday that Bebo was still a thing. I don't know if you remember Bebo.
Bebo,
Or
that does ring a bell.
yeah, it's still a thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's nobody uses it. Like I know a few people that use it, but it's crazy. Like there's still so many social media platforms out there that nobody
Tumblr.
uses.
Does Tumblr
Tumblr,
still?
yeah, Tumblr still exists. Your camera's frozen
I
again, but
still got an
that's cool.
account somewhere. I can't even remember what it was.
What, your Tumblr account?
Yeah.
Dude, I used to have a Tumblr account as well. It was called oh no, I'm not gonna
Did
plug
you
it
want
because
to
like
say?
I'm not gonna plug it because I know people are just gonna start searching. You know what? It's not even that deep. I used to like I'm
Oh,
still a massive, massive, massive Chelsea fan right now. So in terms of football, but what was I gonna say? So my Tumblr used to be heavily, heavily Chelsea based. So it was called FT9 Guy Lokesh, something like that. .tumblr.com, and basically I used to have like this massive obsession with Fernando Torres, just
yeah.
because I thought he was an amazing player. So I used to post about him all the time on Tumblr. But embarrassment aside, that's never. I'm gonna have to like find the password out for that before I post this and just delete everything, just
Yeah.
so yeah. But yeah, nah. Social media, what a flipping weapon it is. But
Yeah.
yeah, nah. Have we touched upon everything? Future goals, future ambitions. I think we have to be fair. As a pandemic, yeah. Um, would you say you have any regrets about starting your business or no? And if you don't have any regrets, why?
Well, actually, starting up my business, I don't have any regrets. There's some
Okay.
things within the stuff I've done in my business I do regret, such as I
Like,
think I did start too early. Like,
what do you mean?
I feel like I should have waited a bit longer and
Okay.
just kind of perfected my earring making skills because I definitely have improved, and I think people probably have seen my journey.
Can I
Um,
put a little wait? Can I put a little before and after in this podcast? So like how they started
yeah,
off before,
yeah,
because I saw one of your TikToks the other day. Um, I think it was the one where you first started making them, and then what they look like now.
yeah.
And I was like, there's been a drastic improvement there.
There has been a glow up. Yeah,
There's been a massive glow up with your earrings. You know what? And you've done well. You've done well. But yeah, what were you saying?
and
What was the
yeah, the
question?
other one was I feel like I should have started two things actually. I should have started my Instagram and just posted my journey just so people could
Mm,
see it become what it is.
yeah.
Because I feel like that would be a better way to start than just say, oh yeah, here's my page, here's my earrings, buy me, kind of thing.
Mm,
And also, I feel like one thing I didn't really think about that much because as I run this business just by myself, there's every single side you have to do yourself, marketing,
yeah.
finance, everything. One
Your
thing I
family
didn't think
helped you
about.
out with anything in terms of that?
Huh?
Has your like family helped you out with like shipping and stuff like that, or is it just
Yeah,
all you?
actually, there's like some
Okay.
funny things. Like my dad will come down the stairs once my earrings out loud and just like look at them. I call him the inspector
Okay.
because just the way he looks at stuff. Like he's that kind of person. And, he just look at them and just like say they're looking good, all that.
Yeah.
My brother and my mum would help post my earrings when I was working full time, which I
Hmm.
really what's the word? Can't even think of the word,
Appreciate.
but yeah, yeah, appreciate them for doing that for me.
All right.
Uh,
Good. Voice crack. That's good. But yeah,
yeah,
nah. I keep on
that's
interrupting
it.
you when you say when I asked you about regrets. So you had two regrets. One of them was starting on
Oh
Instagram too
yeah, I was
late.
getting to it. I was getting to it, yeah. And one
Yeah.
thing was marketing, just my Instagram, just making it look it's more aesthetically pleasing, which I've kind of done now. Like I've rebranded my whole Instagram. I've kind of
Mm,
changed up. Throughout, you could see how I've kind of grown, like doing my photos as well, because I kind of underestimated how important taking photos are.
yeah.
I kind of just thought, oh yeah, I made the earrings. I take a picture, like the earrings speak for themselves, but actually everything has a factor. Like people more inclined to buy something just because it looks nice.
That's true.
So I've
Yeah.
definitely worked on my photography as well.
Hmm. That's good. So there's a lot of skills that have grown from this, and you've
Yeah,
utilized your skills quite well. Um, we love to see it, and there's a lot of growth there.
yeah.
Um, You've done bits. You've actually done bits, and I rate it.
Thanks.
So congratulations on that. I hope
Thank
you
you.
go on to make way more sales, and I hope everything goes your way for this year. But yeah, on that note, I'm probably going to bring this podcast to an end because
Okay.
we've covered everything. So yeah, if you have made it to this point, thank you so much for listening. This has been Ria, Play by Ri.
Bye.
Yeah, I'll drop her socials down below in the sick. I'll drop her socials down below in the description, and thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys.